Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and here is the camera comparison of two smartphones with the 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor, the Honor View 20 with the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So the Honor View 20 was the first smartphone in India to launch with a 48 megapixel camera, and it has great performance as well. Back in Feb this year, Xiaomi announced the Redmi Note 7 Pro with a 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor. So let's find out how the View 20 stacks against the budget camera smartphone, the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So talking about the camera hardware, the Honor View 20 comes with a 48 megapixel f1.8 primary camera with Sony IMX586 sensor and a secondary TOF camera for depth sensing. It also has a 25 megapixel AI selfie camera along with screen flash included. Now talking about the Redmi Note 7 Pro, it comes with a 48 megapixel f1.79 primary camera again with Sony IMX586 sensor and a secondary 5 megapixel camera for depth sensing. On the front panel, it has a 13 megapixel f2.0 selfie camera along with screen flash. First step, let's have a look at the video recording. Here both the smartphones can record videos in 1080p resolution as well as 4K resolution is supported. The 1080p at 30 fps footage looks good on Honor View 20 with better stabilization and also color reproduction. The EIS on the Redmi Note 7 Pro is a bit jittery in nature and also colors looks a bit saturated. You can also see the dynamic range is better on the View 20 and it resolves shadows better than the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So in terms of the video quality, the View 20 emerges as the winner. Next up, the daylight captures. Looking at some of the daylight captures, you can see both devices offer good details and sharpness levels. While the colors on the View 20 are a bit more natural, especially the sky colors, it looks a bit boosted on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. When you zoom into the picture, you can see that the sharpness levels are a tad superior on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, which is really good performance from Xiaomi. But having said that, the dynamic range is better on the View 20 and it resolves shadows better and you get more details from the shadows, which is pretty much evident when you zoom into the picture. The colors are also a bit pleasing on the View 20 while it looks a bit saturated on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, especially when there is a lot of greenery around. Now both the devices have dedicated 48 megapixel mode with 8000 by 6000 resolution and both have good details as well. Here again the Redmi Note 7 Pro was a tad better with details and sharpness levels. Moving to the close-up shots. Here we don't see a clear winner as both the devices are capable and offer good details and colors. The colors look a bit saturated on the View 20 in close-up shots. Moving to the portrait mode, both the devices have good portrait abilities. While the skin tones are better on the View 20, the face details are better on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Both the devices have good edge detection as well. Next up, the low light captures. In regular shots taken in low light conditions, it is better on the View 20 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro looks a bit soft and lacking in details and sharpness levels. You can also see noise levels are lesser on the View 20 and it offers more details. Moving to the night mode in both the devices, here again the View 20 takes the lead with better clarity and sharpness levels. While the Redmi Note 7 Pro has the best low light performance for this segment, it is not as good as the View 20. Finally, the selfie experience. The View 20 has more natural skin tones with a 25 megapixel selfie camera, while the Redmi Note 7 Pro has a bit more whitish tones. The sharpness levels are slightly better on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, and this is evident when you zoom in. Since selfies are more of a personal choice, do let us know which selfie camera you like the most. When it comes to portrait selfies, the Redmi Note 7 Pro has the better edge detection and looks better than the View 20. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Honor View 20, which can record videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera on the Honor View 20. This is the front facing camera sample taken with the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So you can record videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So that is the camera comparison of the View 20 with the Redmi Note 7 Pro. While the Honor View 20 has upper hand in many conditions, the Redmi Note 7 Pro holds up against a flagship smartphone and is also priced one-third of the cost of View 20. So that was the detailed camera comparison of the 48 megapixel shooters, the Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Honor View 20. So that's it for this video. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.